That's a team, gentlemen.
Hell yeah.
And either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals. That's football, guys. That's all it is. Now, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone, any given wager here on a Friday. Nope. I thought that was going to sound better coming out. It felt like a 13-year-old girl. It didn't. Sorry, I won't do it again. It's Friday here on BNN, the Betting News Network. SPJ, Sweatpant Jesus, Daniel Collins. Over the opposite side of the screen, in the middle, DB Danny Burke. I am Adam Kaufman. It's good to see everybody, and we have got a lot of stuff coming your way over the course of the next hour. Fellas, I'll start with you out there waving, SPJ. How you doing?
Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
No, I like that song. That's okay.
All right, Rebecca Black, calm down. I'm good, man. I'm good. Obviously rocking and rolling, enjoying what we're seeing in the NHL and the NBA playoffs. I am so ready to yell at both of you today. I have an impassioned rant that I'm going to get into. I'll save some of it for Sauce Team later because I will obviously want to dive into similar topics with those gentlemen this evening. But
you're not really yelling at us. You're just yelling and we're listening.
I'm yelling. Yes, I will be passionately speaking on the just diabolical situation that is the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Ooh, okay.
So I will be, I know you already understand and know my hatred for this team, but I'll save it for a minute and keep the good vibes rolling until we get to that. But I'm good, gentlemen. Good to see you. Glad to be here on this beautiful Friday. We'll have Slop join us in a little while, as always, bringing the Friday vibes. And Danny and I are slowly and surely turning into hair twins as we continue down this road.
I wish we could be beard twins, too. I wish I could pull that off.
No,
but you just got to try it, dude.
A little turn like this because you got a lot of mullet flow kind of going.
I don't really have the
front. Danny doesn't have that.
No, it's the front. The front coifting aspect of the curls is the same. But yeah, you don't have the back part.
Strong coiffed.
The strong coiffed. But no, I'm good, gents. How you doing, DB?
I would love.
I'm doing good. SPJ, can I pick your brain for a second? Just I kind of like getting like a bi-weekly update. Down in Costa Rica, what has been your in that too? Like, I love coffee. Have you been making it at your place of residence? Have you been going to a local shop? What have you been doing for eats? Cooking there, going out? What's been kind of the itinerary so far?
So we've kind of really, because we've been here for a solid. I got here on Saturday, but it was all traveling, and then Sunday you're kind of like figuring shit out as you go along. So finally starting to both feel like we're settled in. We have a little on-the-go espresso machine in our place. So we obviously, I crack a couple of those to start the day. Otherwise, I wouldn't get out of bed. But there's a lot of really great coffee shops, one of which is like literally downstairs by our place. And that's, did you see the thing I posted on Instagram, which was it's like an espresso cup, but it looks like a little cone.
Yeah, I didn't know if you made that or not, but that looked really enticing.
Oh, dude, it's fucking sick. And it's in this coffee shop down there. And I've been getting espressos there, which are chef's kiss. And then there's a lot of like coffee shops, and they all are within about a 10 to 15 to 20 minute walk from where we're staying. And then the beach is like a 5-minute walk, like directly right where we are. So I've been trying different coffee shops. Haven't had any disappointments so far. Everything is up to snuff as you would expect in this situation. Been sticking mostly with espressos or Americanos. Haven't really dived into cappuccinos or lattes.
You got to try just like a black coffee there and see, because you like black coffee too, right?
I do, yeah. But see, I'm also the type of person where like I like black coffee hot regardless of the temperature outside. But when I'm in an environment like this where it's like 90 and sunny and hot all the time, like I do want some iced coffee in my life. So Yeah, the coffee situation has been fantastic. Been trying a lot of stuff. I'll be sure to send you a picture of that coffee cup so you can feel rocking and rolling with me.
Yeah.
The food situation is also awesome. It's a little bit more expensive than I was expecting down here, just because this area has a lot of expats and a lot of nomads, people in kind of digital working situations. So they're obviously pricing things accordingly in that regard. But so we've done some cooking. There's a lot of gluten-free and dairy-free places. My wife has allergies, and so like that was something that was really I can eat everything, but it was good for her. We've eaten really good pizza, really good sushi. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that you just instantly removed any sort of suggestion of riding in solidarity with her. You were just like, I can eat anything, whatever. She's living her life, but I'm good.
We have gone through this for like when we were living in our bus together. I had to acquiesce a lot to that, and I have no problem. I don't eat a lot of dairy anyway. Like dairy's not really a big part of my diet. Like I don't eat butter. I'm not really a big like milk person. I eat I drink oat milk in my coffee regardless. Cheese is the only thing that I really consume consistently in the dairy department. Gluten though, I eat breads, I eat all that stuff, and I love all that. So that's the one thing where I'm like, I don't give a shit about that. And she's really good about at least like as long as she has options, then she doesn't care.
Does she stare longingly at the food she can't eat though, or is the desire just not even there because of the allergy?
She's usually pretty good about like, there's a couple of times in our relationship, one time really early on where she kind of put her foot down and made it very clear, like, this is the one thing you cannot eat in front of me. Otherwise I will do things to you that, might put me in jail. I brought back a cinnamon roll from a place, like a Cinnabon type of vibe, but from like a little more of a bougier type place. And I had the cinnamon roll and I walked in and she looked at the cinnamon roll and she looked up at me and she goes, "Don't ever do that again." And I was like, okay, I see the lines here.
We will be done.
Yes, exactly. But besides that, overall, DB, food's been great. Again, I've been impressed pretty much every single place we've gone to with the different variations. On Tuesday, for example, one of the places that we've gone to, which is like a surf shop, but it's also like a coffee shop and a food place and things like that. They had, it was like a Mexican-inspired taco night because it was Taco Tuesday and it was Cinco de Mayo. Yeah. So they had like a Mexican chef that was there for these like different types of street tacos, and they were fucking delicious. So yeah, it's been awesome. I think we're gonna get. I think we're going to a different place tonight, actually. And then before I watch the basketball games. So I'll keep you abreast of my food and drink consumption situation. And of course, the mixed drinks and the beers have been chef's kiss.
I wonder if they got a good selection of like Ox Hill down there, because I know in like the BVI's like St. Thomas and stuff, that's like fantastic. And sometimes they kind of like keep it on the DL from the tourists because they just want to keep it for the locals at some of those shops. So maybe once you get your face around the town, you can see if they got that on the down low.
Well, and as you guys know, this is not a huge place. Like everything is fairly within walking distance. And as you both know, since you have met me in person, like I stand out just because of how fucking tall I am. And I don't have long hair anymore, but I still stand out just by being massive. So I will probably end up making a name for myself in particular places and find my way ins and outs of those particular environments, DB. So I'll keep you posted on that one. But yeah, no, it's been awesome. It's been great too, because like, obviously when you work like this in this environment, like we kind of committed to doing this for the month. And I was worried that maybe I was going to struggle on being able to get work done and obviously still do the shows and watch basketball and make sure that I was still, because we're knee deep in all the playoffs right now. And it's been awesome. It's been super seamless, relatively pain-free, which is also great. So yeah, it's been 10 out of 10.
Do you find yourself missing the long hair that was such a big part of your identity?
Not at all, dude.
You've moved on.
I have completely. I'm also really happy with how my hair looks now. I don't know if we're going on a little bit of a tangent here, but we can go this way, I guess.
Weird.
Never happens. And then I want to get into my rant because I got things to say. Do you guys go through phases in your life where you like, you feel like you look in the mirror and you don't feel like you like look, you know what I'm saying? Like you look in the mirror and you go, I don't feel this way. Or then like you have an image of what you want yourself to look like. Sure. For a long time before I had long hair, like I always wanted to have long hair. And I felt like that was my like natural state and my natural, like who I was as a person. And then I've had it for now 7 years or 6 or 7 years or whatever. And then it got to the point where I was like, I don't feel as connected to this anymore like I did before. And now I feel like, now I look in the mirror with what my hair looks like now. And I'm like, see, this is what I feel like I look like and want to look like now. You know what I mean? So super happy with my decision. Very, very, I'm also happy the fact that, it doesn't look like shit. That helps too. And yeah, I don't miss it at all. Again, I was putting it in a bun or wearing a hat like 95% of the time. So like I wasn't really actually taking advantage of enjoying having long hair anyway.
Yeah.
Listen, I get it. I identify as someone who's pretty ripped. And when I look in the mirror, the reality does not match expectation. And apparently
Makes
you need
sense.
to work at these things. It doesn't just
randomly
happen. I really just kind of, you know what it is? You remember the original Spider-Man when Tobey Maguire gets bitten and he passes out. He wakes up the next morning and all of a sudden
he's jacked
as he can see and he's absolutely shredded, all that. Or like, you know, Chris Evans in Captain America when he steps out of the machine, goes from the scrawny little dude to just absolutely ripped. Like I'm kind of holding out thinking I'm going to have one of those moments. I'm just going to wake up one morning and it will all be done for me.
Apparently I saw this ad on, I guess, on Instagram or something where it was like, this guy had it was like he was wearing a button down, but then there are apparently these things for men now where you can put them on underneath your like clothing and it makes you look buff, which I was like, first of all, this is the most 2026 garbage I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, but apparently, Adam, if you want to be lazy, you can do that.
No, I feel like reality would come to roost there pretty quickly. You know, like what if you go to a beach, go to a pool?
Or if you're like, these are the types of things where they advertise it as like you're going to wear it and go out and meet somebody. What are you going to do if it gets to the point where the shirts are coming off?
What happens when you bring them home?
Yeah, what's the next step here? People are stupid. 2026 sucks.
Better hope those lights are off.
Right.
Yeah. Also, Crazy Pellet, I know that you posted some pics that you were in Costa Rica, man. Keep sending me some. If you have any suggestions of places you went to or anything like that, let me know. Obviously,
not the food poisoning place, but
yeah, no, don't tell me that. I don't want to. Or tell me it so that I can avoid it like the plague. All right, guys, I want to get to my rant. Because I don't want us to get like too derailed before Slop joins us, and I have things to say. Do
you want us to set up the rant? Wait, let me set it up. You ready? The Thunder lead the Lakers 2-0. You're set.
Sure. You guys know I hate this team, and it's not even a fact of that I don't think that they are good at basketball. If anything, that's even more infuriating in this when I watch this particular team. I have never in my entire life of watching sports hated a team and watch a team as much as I do the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Wow.
I do not feel any type of joy watching this team play. And I can enjoy teams I don't like because you can just enjoy them for being good. You can enjoy them there are teams that you've watched throughout your history of a sports fan where you go, man, I really hate that team, but they're so fucking good. The problem for me with the Oklahoma City Thunder is, and it's been well documented, it's been belabored at this point, but it's becoming to the point now where something has to be done about it. And I don't know what that specific thing is, but this team, first of all, the whistle that they get on the offensive end versus the hounding WWE football style defense they play on the other end is egregiously terrible. And if you want to disagree with that, to me, argue with a fucking wall and go watch a full game, because it's terrible to watch from a viewership perspective and a basketball fan. It's just not fair. Which every single coach is well documented it. Chris Finch got on his high horse about it. JB Bickerstaff talked about it. JJ Redick last night talked about it. It's just not fair. So that part of it's frustrating. But I understand that that's more of an officiating thing. But I saw something last night in the game, in the post game, and I think that I've been kind of seeing this over the last 5 or 6, maybe the last week to 10 days with the Thunder. That's really starting to get up my fucking ass about it. This team knows now. They're leaning into it. They understand that this is a part of it. And now they're just taking the fucking piss. They're getting on the mic and they're saying that, oh, you know, this is how you play in the playoffs. Like, this is the style of basketball that we play. Like, they're being smug bitches about it. And it makes it worse. Like, if you want to acknowledge, you know, hey, yeah, we sometimes get the benefit of the doubt sometimes, but we're playing hard and like we're doing this. Like, okay, fair enough. But like, to be kind of smug about it and pretend like that this is not necessarily the case. I could read you so many various different stats, but SGA over the last 2 games in this series has been pretty bad. He's not been very good. They've been egregiously better when he's off the court in comparison. He almost broke Austin Reed's arm last night by getting that flagrant foul. Should have been a flagrant too if you look at it in comparison to what happened to DeAndre Ayton in the Rockets series. DeAndre Ayton got ejected for like randomly bumping into Sengun, and they ejected him for that. SGA should have been ejected last night. Again, I don't know if you guys watched that play, but he basically almost like dislocated Austin Reeves' arm. I just, as a fan of basketball, And the only people that really vehemently disagree with this take, or even at this particular point, say that it's not true, are either Oklahoma City diehard fans, which, okay, is fair to you. Great, good job. You're a fan of a small market team that's probably going to win maybe back-to-back championships. Fantastic. Or you're an SGA stan. And I got no time for the SGA stands at this point, because how can you sit and watch this guy play and not just go, dude, you do not need to do this every single fucking game. Just go play basketball like a normal human being. You'll still average 27 to 30 points a game, and people won't be coming at you all the time. It just makes it so infuriating. I mean, the Chet stuff, again, I could continue on this conversation. I'll get into some of it later with V and Sook, but I know you got, and it's a little bit funny, the fact that I don't like this team, and I know that we've joked about it before, but I was watching the game last night, and again, I don't like watching Thunder games. I prefer to not watch them in the regular season. I have to watch them in the playoffs because we have to talk about it and cover it, but like, I hate watch that game last night. And that's not because I'm kind of a Laker fan and I had money on the Lakers. My props cashed. It was easy. Mm-hmm. It's more about the fact that as a basketball fan, it's not the product that I would ever want to sit and watch for 48 minutes. So I was pissed off in that regard. I don't think that it's a good product for the sport. And I think that the fact that the way that the Thunder are smugly now leaning into it and kind of hearing the noise makes it just that much fucking worse. And they got to be careful at this point, because the narrative can flip really quickly and then you become the villains. And maybe they want to embrace that role, but that is a tough, slippery slope to go down.
Yeah, I think the way they're viewing it is certainly us against the world, which as the top team coming off a championship makes sense. You kind of got to create that villain arc. Is, again, we always go back to it, or at least I do a lot, is looking at, Jordan and the Bulls, where Jordan specifically has to create enemies so he can stay motivated. Now the Thunder are ways away off from needing to do that, but clearly that's a trajectory they're on. With that being said, though, SBJ, I mean, you're right. Look, there have obviously been instances where the officiating has been crap, and that's inevitable. But for the most part, I've actually been content outside of the Thunder with how the officials have let these guys play. It's been more physical. And like you said, which I thought was very important, like that's not the product that you want to watch. That's not how you're going to sell this league to other people who you're trying to attract to your product. You want to see the best of the best and not have to, every time someone drives to the rack, hold your breath and think, oh, is that going to be a foul that doesn't go, or is it going to be good defense? Because I saw numerous times, and it happens to a lot of people, but SGA in particular, from the brief amount I watched last night, where he goes to the lane, misses the layup, and then they call the whistle, they blow it after he misses, because it's like, oh, he missed. Well, yeah, we got to call that. That's the only reason he missed, because he was hacked. Like, no, it just ruins the flow of the game. You want to see this hard physicality on both sides, as SGA even said so himself, but you can only say that so much, if you're getting all these calls in your favor. So look, I mean, just let the guys play a little bit more. So nobody wants to see this game stopped every other 30 seconds. It just ruins the flow of it, ruins the fun of it. And it's kind of like in football, where there was a problem where anytime a big play would happen, you would have to hold your breath, because you're like, oh, here comes the flag. Like, there's no way that's going to stand. And that's how I feel when you are going against the Thunder and you get a defensive stop, and, especially at the rack, you're like, hold up. The whistle's going to come in at some point. Like, it can't just cleanly go off. Of course it does, but not as often as it does for other teams. So look, I have the utmost respect for the Thunder team and think by far, clearly they are the best team and they could win without it. It certainly does make it annoying as hell, though, where they're just, it's unfortunate. Like, it's kind of like a don't hate the player, hate the game, but it seems like the game is skewing a tad bit in their favor.
Stifler in the chat. Haters, all of you. In Chet we trust. Oh, damn, it's Austin talking about even my 11-year-old. Isn't that a foul? Bring up the side-by-side video of SGA and Kobe to show the differences. This Thunder team, so I would not say I love watching the Thunder. Like, I won't put myself on a polar opposite threshold to where you are, SBJ. Mm-hmm. But I enjoy watching the Thunder in large part because of their greatness. And they're so early in their greatness. Any great team, everybody, any sport, grows tired of if you're great long enough. The Warriors were like the most likable team in all of basketball at the beginning. Moves along, they get Durant. All of a sudden, we're tired of them. We hate them. Yankees, Patriots, like on and on. Like, find any dynasty. By the end, Chiefs, people are certainly there with fatigue with the Chiefs. People just get tired of watching excellence. And I'm not there yet with this team, in large part because they're not a dynasty yet. I would even say if they win a title this year and go back to back, they're still not a dynasty. They're just in their window. This team, you could argue much of what you did, the foul baiting or occasional dirty play. And I think there are narratives that people get caught up in, feeding off of things that are said or heard through the media or former players that are in the media. I mean, do we need to listen to JJ Redick, for instance, after the game last night, talking about how LeBron has the worst superstar whistle of any player that he has, ever seen in his entire life? Come on. Now, that's a coach defending his player. I watched the Thunder, and I just see such incredible depth. I mean, I heard someone say this, like, SGA is not the MVP. Give the MVP to Sam Presti, building out this roster and what he has done and the amount of assets that they still have to work with. It's the only reason they've been even linked previously to like a Giannis trade, because they've got the capital that they could actually go out and do it if they felt so compelled, which, by the way, they're not going to. This team was down to the Lakers. It was a close game. They weren't down a lot, but they were down to the Lakers. SGA, because of the foul trouble, goes to the bench, and they go on a run to where they took such control of this game, the Thunder didn't even feel compelled to put SGA back in. Now, eventually he went in, but there was no rush because they were playing better without him, candidly, last night. And then in the end, he did SGA things and he took over and all of that. But none of these guys, in what turned out to be a blowout win, even had to play 30 minutes. You look at this roster, they are doing all of this without Jalen Williams, by the way. Last year's, you look at an NBA Finals performance, this guy's not even available to you, and you're still going out and running roughshod against the rest of the league. Who doesn't love Chet? SGA, I know a lot of people don't agree. I think he's incredibly fun to watch. I think he is such a special player because of that whole, I don't remember who to attribute this to, but talking about what makes truly great players great are the ones, Jokic, Cade, SGA, guys like that don't fight the game, that are just good, high IQ, intellectual, incredibly talented players that go with the flow of the game, take what's given to them and use it. They don't fight the game in the way that, Jaylen Brown does, Jason Tatum does at times. Some of these other players certainly do across the league. Jalen Brunson, James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, like guys who fight the game. You go up and like Lou Dort, to me, is just such a pleasure to watch defensively. This dude is like criminally good on defense if you want him to take out your top option. AJ Mitchell is a budding star. This kid is going to be excellent in this league. It feels like, this is a gross comparison, but it feels like, the very early days of watching, Harden, Durant, and Westbrook all together. It was like, oh, Westbrook's getting left in the dust. He's kind of the third wheel. AJ Mitchell feels like, I'm not saying he's going to be James Harden. We're talking about an all-time great scorer in NBA history, but AJ Mitchell is going to be a dude, kind of like Austin Reeves has become a dude with the Lakers. AJ Mitchell is going to be a dude, and it's just so much fun to watch his growth. Caruso, elite role player, as we know. Cason Wallace, I'll put him in that same category. I was ecstatic about the Jared McCain trade when he went from Philadelphia to Oklahoma City, because it was like, oh, good God, finally put him in a place where he can actually excel in the role that he is meant to, as opposed to just the disastrous environment under Embiid and company that is playing in Philadelphia, where players get wrecked and ruined for their futures on an annual basis. I loved this acquisition. And again, just putting another piece. So I'm not saying I'm rooting for this team to win a championship and go back to back simply because, hey, they won last year. I don't need to see them go back to back. I, like many, would love to see the Spurs do it and see Wemby, albeit incredibly early in his career, get his. And the depth of that roster with all of the guys that we talk about all the time, Harper and Castle and Fox and on and on. I love, like, that's, your quote unquote league pass team, right? Like, even though they're on national TV all the time, I love watching that team play. So you want to say the Thunder aren't as much fun to watch as the Spurs? That's fine. I don't think many people would argue against that. But I think I can't get to a place, and to each their own, right? Like, you and I don't need to be like-minded on this, SBJ. But I cannot fathom internally, myself, and we'll get to Slop, feeling like I'm hate watching this team. I think they are enjoyable to watch. I do.
Stifler, this will never happen. We are totally allowed to agree to disagree. That's
if
totally
we
fine.
just agreed on everything, it would be boring for you guys and for us.
No one wants to watch that. I have never disagreed with you so much in my entire life of knowing you as a person. Lou Dort is the worst player to watch in the entire NBA. Fuck that guy. I hope that he is not on the Thunder next year. I hope that he plays for the Shanghai Sharks in 2 seasons. So send him to China. Get him out of here. I don't want to watch Lou Dort trip and foul and play basketball.
He's going to play for the Costa Rican national team. He's going to come hang out with you.
Yeah, this is the thing about, we have to get to Slop, I know, but we'll talk about it maybe after Slop leaves as well, because I got more to say on it. But again, a lot of people feel the same way that you do, which is totally fine. And I don't disagree on the fact that this team is excellent. Like, that is not my point here. This is, again, the first time in my sports fandom history that I've watched a quote unquote great team, and I just literally feel gross watching them play.
Sure.
And again, I've seen some dynasties in my lifetime. Like you said, in basketball, relating it to football. I mean, you watched it as a Patriots fan for a long time. There were a lot of people that fucking hated your team for so many years. And I never once watched that team. They beat my Titans 59-0 in the fucking snow. And I literally didn't walk away from that team feeling like, gross. Like, yeah, okay, that sucked because we got our asses kicked, but that team's really fucking good, and they don't do it in like a egregiously awful way. I just vehemently disagree with Lou Dort sucks. I think Chet is also going down that path of being really annoying to watch as well. Chet's a hard watch for me at this point. Super talented. I think there's so much left on the bone for him to establish and learn. But like the way that he's leaning into a lot of this is also super frustrating. I find Jalen Williams to be a little bit frustrating just with his antics. As a player, very fun to watch, but just the way he acts and the way he carries himself is a little bit frustrating. So again, overall, it's more of just, I vehemently disagree. Don't have any joy watching this team. I feel negative joy. I feel like I'm literally like screaming at my computer/TV when I'm watching this team play basketball, and do not walk away feeling any type of good way. If anything, I have to go crack another beer because I'm like,
movie on and then watch the highlights after, man.
Because this is the
about
thing.
What this is doing to your mental state.
Oh, I'm fine. But see, this is the thing. And this is why sports is, this is why we all love sports, is because it should always make you feel some type of way. It should never get to a point where you're like so apathetic about it that it's like, oh, just sports, whatever. Like, if you have a passion about that particular thing, you're going to feel one way or the other. And people have been coming at me on the timeline and been like, well, just don't watch the games. And I'm like, no, I'm going to fucking watch the games. I'm going to hate watch them. It's going to be shitty sometimes because this team blows, but like, I'm going to still watch it because I want to know what's going on. And I want to and see, that's the other thing too about, you can disagree about stuff and you can disagree with what you're watching, but if you don't actually consume the content and if you don't actually watch every single minute,
you're faking it.
You can't have a proper take about it. And I've watched every second of these games to understand exactly why I feel this way, instead of some people that just watch the stats and then, like you said, maybe watch a couple of the highlights and then go, oh, I just want to build this take based on whatever the narrative is. Like, this is me watching the entire game, feeling this way, feeling the emotional aspect of it, and then having the reaction that I have right now. And I don't feel better talking about it with you guys. If anything, it makes me feel even more that type of way. But it's nice to have a place to vent about it on here with you guys.
And with that, we fire off the slop signal.
Oh, buttons.
We've been using that for a while, and I'm still, every time that we see it, I'm trying to kind of figure out, like, is Michael Keaton aspiring to be John Hyslop? Slop is Batman. Should Slop's face be on Michael Keaton's body and he becomes Batman? What is the right way to interpret all of this?
I don't know. It's all deadly, you know. It is what it is. It's choose your own adventure. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's basically what life is. Guys, I got to tell you, man, I almost left just now, like, listen to the Thunder talk, because I literally hate that team.
Yes.
Last night I was watching the game, and I'm a Chet guy. Everybody knows that. You know what I mean? Like, my guy Jeff turned me on to Chet. His threes, their plus money, all the whole thing. The dog, the silver spoon, the moon, all that shit, dude. I fucking hate watching these dudes flop. And last night, Chet did it. I think it was Ayton that it was like off the ball. I don't know if the ball was coming to him or something, but like I don't know, the arm kind of hit him, and he dropped back like Mike Tyson just uppercutted him, dude, and just fell on the ground, is laying down. So we're like, God damn, man, Chet just got drilled. And then they showed the replay. Chet did not get drilled. Chet didn't even get touched. I think it was a push with the arm, but it was here. So I immediately turned the show, like I turned it off. I was like, I'm not watching this bullshit because SGA looks like a seizure, or he's having a seizure literally every time he drives in. He has this little thing like this, and it's like, dude, why are you shaking? Like that's not normal, dude. Like you drive in and you just lay it up. I've never seen anybody drive into the lane and just shake like this as they throw the ball. It's like that's not even a thing, but like he does it. And I can't watch it. So, like I said, I turned the channel. I started watching ID channel, Discovery. This chick got murdered by her husband, dude. Shot her right in the back. He said he was fighting an intruder. Turns out there was no intruder. He tried to blame it on a black guy, too. I was like, geez, are you serious? The guy that he drew that got blamed it on was in prison at the time. So he couldn't have done it. They even talked to that guy. And then turns out he married some other chick. And that's when they found out because he was going to kill her. Great story. Not really that good of a story for anybody, really. Again,
great television to watch.
It was something to see. It was much, but the point is, it was much better than watching the Thunder like pretend like they got shot. I don't even know what they're pretending happened because like the shake is crazy, dude. Like it's just like this is not even like basketball. Like it's almost to the point they reviewed it. And the refs kind of pissed me off because he came back and said before Chet got hit in the face, I was like, dude, you watched what we all watched. He never got hit in the face. I wish the ref would have said before Chet pretended like he got hit in the face. He said that Chet grabbed Ayton's arm first before he got hit. And it was like, dude, you nailed it except for the fact that he didn't get hit in the face. So just say before he pretended like he got hit in the face and laid on the ground like a little girl. Like say that, you know what I mean? Or just get just literally a technical. Everything is just technical. Like technical. Let the other team shoot. Give them the ball. Like throw them out. Like this, it is so bad, dude. It's awful. Like I hate it.
I've
but other
never.
than that, I'm doing great, Adam. Other than that, I don't mind them.
I've never wanted to fly to Boston and give you a big old hug more than right now.
Dude, and Lou Dort. I mean, if they had the NBA needs to have like a scumbag of the year award, he would literally be like 4 straight years, dude. He would live. There wouldn't even be like who's his competition? Like Dylan Brooks? Like he's a wannabe Lou Dort. You know what I mean? He tries to be a bigger scumbag. He can't do it. Like no one's gonna out scumbag Lou Dort. Like nobody. I've never seen
NBA's like sportsman of the year in the NBA. That this would be the opposite.
Scumbag of the year. Yeah, exactly. Scumbag of the year, literally. Yeah. I mean, dude. I've seen him elbow someone in the face by trying to go through a screen like this, and somehow he just clips him with his elbow on the way. You're like, dude, that's not even like. Again, it's the whole getting hit and falling down. It's SGA shot. It's like it's not even like real motions, and it's like how is this allowed? But
that's what that is.
I can't do it. I can't do it. So I'm out on the Thunder. If you didn't know, but I'm in on the MLB. All right, so luckily tonight we don't have the Thunder to bet on, which is awesome, or bet against. So we don't have to watch that, and we get to watch literally what I think might be the greatest offensive night in MLB history. We're gonna start early. We're going into the first game. We're gonna go JJ Bleday over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. That's only minus 118, 115 actually. I'm seeing now, guys. I don't know if you've been paying attention to him. He's definitely going to have to pee in a cup at some point. There's no chance they're going to let him just do this all year without at least seeing what's going on. But, dude, like we're talking 95-mile-an-hour exit velocity against the pitch mix he's going to see tonight. 15 plate appearances. So we're not talking about a lot recently, but 3 home runs in that 15 plate appearances. Barrel rate's like 50%. The pitcher he's going to see – Mike tape measure Burrows. All right. Burrows have given up 8 home runs this season. Guess how many came to lefties, Sweatpants?
6.
6, correct.
Hey, all right.
JJ is a lefty. Okay, so that's 1. We'll go 3 deep. How about that? We'll roll 3 deep. All we got to do is win 2.
Okay.
That's it. We're going to win all 3, Adam, but all we have to do is win 2 to stuff a little cash in our pockets. Ellie De La Cruz. Let's just take him too. They're hitting around each other. JJ will knock him in. JJ's not going to leave him hanging like that. Ellie is 100% going to get on base at least twice. So we got it there. We don't even need the run or the RBI. We're probably going to get those because he's facing, again, Mike Tape Measure Burrows. So he has to get that. It's like minus 140 Sweatpants. So it's a little more expensive, but it's Friday night. We can afford it.
Okay.
Now, that game's going to – that'll be done by probably 7 o'clock. I'd say that happens first inning, bottom of the first. That's all set. We're going to wait a little while, and we're going to go to my guy, Matt Olson. He's playing at night. So it's kind of a bookend night. Do whatever you want in the middle of it. Who knows? Who cares? It's fine. It's Friday. It's your business. Do whatever you want. But Matt Olson, I don't know if I've ever seen a better matchup in my entire life. He's going to be against the Dodgers out in L.A. Dude, he's got Emmett Sheehan. All right, Emmett Sheehan has given up 6 home runs, Sweatpants. Guess how many he's given up to lefties?
5.
6. Yeah.
Whoa, I was so close.
Yeah, literally. He's only thrown he's only faced 78 batters. That's it. Lefties. 6 of them went deep on him. All right. He's got Matt Olson, who I don't know like what he's thinking, but dude, fastballs 40% of the time is what Emmett Sheehan throws. Matt Olson has like a 556 ISO on that pitch from righties this season. That's again video games. I didn't even know you could do that. He also hits sliders, he hits changeups, he hits everything Sheehan throws, and I don't know. And he's minus 115 for 2+ hits, runs, RBIs. Danny, like that doesn't even make sense. I thought it was for his first at bat only, but it's for the whole game, dude. So we're gonna get multiple cracks at this. And I think we're going 3-0. Like by my count in my head just there, that's 3-0.
That's 3-0, and it's going to be 4-0 because you don't have to watch the Thunder. Bingo.
Oh, yeah, dude. I don't even get me started on that again. I'll go again. I can't do it, bro. I didn't know.
Go watch the replay before you joined. I was on the same soapbox for about 5 minutes, and these guys let me get
literally. It's so bad. I think whatever SGA has, though, he spread it to the rest of the team because Chet wasn't always doing it. And then Chet did it yesterday. And it's like, Jesus Christ, you guys are all doing this now? Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, we're talking – they got to go to Hollywood, dude.
Yeah, for real. For real.
They've already been doing commercials.
I know.
They actually alluded to that. The announcers did last night whenever Chet was doing. They were like, "Well, he's been in commercials, doing some acting." I'm like, "Bro, there's nothing like this. Like this is got to be the worst I've ever seen in my life." Also, too, if you're hanging around, you get a little bit bored. Especially, like I said, you're gonna go 2-0 at like 7 o'clock today. So it's kind of you're already gonna know you've already made money. What you could do, situation like that is. Team total home runs. Not all books have them, but the good ones do. Okay. The Atlanta Braves, 2+ home runs as a team. Could be any of these guys. It's like plus 145. It's 10 o'clock. It's Friday. You're probably blacked out drunk responsibly. So why not?
Sure.
Just take something quick. No, just a little pocket change. Nothing crazy. Throw it on that. Have a great time watching it. Olsen's getting you 1. You already know that. So it's just figure out maybe it's Drake Baldwin. Maybe it's Michael Harris. Who knows? Could be Olsen twice. But it's going to be a great time. That's all I can tell you.
I love it, man. 3 HRRs, Blade, De La Dong, and then maybe one of the hottest batters in baseball right now, Matt Olson.
1.5. Seriously, that's disrespectful. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I was going to contact the books and just find out like what's going on, like what are you doing? Is everybody feeling okay over there? Because like, is this the Matt Olson, or did you think it was somebody else? Because that's crazy. That is wild. Insane.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Love it, brother.
Thank you, guys. I'm gonna go work out. I got a lot to do, man. Sweatpants. It's shoulder day again, dude.
I'm gonna work out after the show too.
You should.
I'm gonna do shoulders just in honor of you.
Do it.
You guys got to get like me. Just manifest it.
I'm telling you, maybe one day, Adam. Maybe one day. We can't all be you, though.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to be me. So I get it. I get it. Not easy. John Highslop rules on Twitter. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Have a great day, guys.
Take it easy, brother.
I hope everyone has a better day than the treatment of the Thunder on this program. That's for damn sure. Well, you must feel validated, vindicated, supported at the very least.
I feel vindicated.
It's another one in the club for you.
I don't feel better about it because I'm just going to have to do it again on Saturday when they play the Lakers in game, or Sunday. It's Saturday. It's tomorrow, isn't it? But yeah, no, I mean, Slop hit the nail. I mean, he talked about it even further, and the Chet example was a great one. Jalen Williams on that 3 where he kicked out and like fell, like he got shot. Like it's just, and I know that every single player on every single team that they have one guy that over exaggerates calls. It's just the natural state of the NBA. But Austin made a good point, and I shared this the other day. Some Thunder fucking diehard was saying, like, what's the difference between Kobe doing it and SGA doing it? And they showed like 2 videos, side-by-side comparisons of SGA foul baiting and Kobe foul baiting. And respectfully, if you post that and you actually think that you're trying to make a point that's not the opposite of the point that you're making, you just don't know ball, brother. You don't know ball, because one of them was a vehement SGA flail foul bait. The other one is Kobe Bryant pump faking a guy jumping into his space and him jumping up into him, which is how you properly draw a foul for somebody that is getting into your shooting space. There are 2 completely different things. This is why articulation and semantics is important in these particular conversations, because they are not the same. They are not created the same. Yes, they are. It's like saying a grape is the same as a mango. Yes, they're both fruit. But one of them is way smaller and the other one is way more delicious. They are completely different things. So, and I feel like that's just like a dichotomy of the conversation in a nutshell. People just put their blinders on if they're fans of this particular style of play, and they don't understand that, like, yeah, it fucking sucks. I don't want to watch this anymore.
Yeah, to like Adam's point, what he was saying, I don't despise SGA because he's incredibly talented. I despise the way he approaches it, but it's great when we see a full form SGA where we actually get to see him perfect these moves without the whistle being blown alongside it. And it certainly does become a lot easier to root for them if you're betting alongside them too.
Of course.
But yeah, we just want to see the full potential of it. We don't want to see the assistance of the whistle. I just want to see how great he is. And we know he is one of the best players in the league. So I want to see that in its true manner. I don't need the help from the Zebras.
I think that's the thing too, Dana, that's so infuriating to me at this point, because we have seen SGA play at the MVP caliber level of basketball. I feel like it's gotten to the point now with how in the last series he was yelling, saying, I don't need it. I don't need it. I feel like it's gotten into his head now that he has to like almost like do something about it. No, brother. Just go play basketball. The thing that you're incredible at that made you win an MVP last year, that's probably going to make you win another MVP this year. By you leaning into it even more, it's making it worse for me watching this. So I'm with you. Just go be great. Then we don't have to have a discussion.
Here's how they fix the problem, guys. You only have officials make plays or make calls for like out of bounds and ticky-tack things. Otherwise, it's like, LA Fitness rules. The guys are calling their own shooting fouls. So then it's a respect thing, and you're going to be labeled a wuss if you're calling everything left and right. Just let it play to its true manner. The refs can handle the outside ticky-tack stuff, but the players themselves are calling the foul.
Man, I've almost got into so many fist fights on the fucking YMCA court from people calling fouls or not calling fouls. Not a bad way to do it.
Like, obviously that's in jest and it would never happen. But just for a minute, let's imagine, I don't know, almost XFL-like. Let's imagine there were a basketball league where you were responsible for calling your own fouls, and just how wildly entertaining that would be and how bloody it might get. I mean, I'm picturing like Michael Irvin elbowing Adam Sandler in the face in the longest yard out on the yard. That kind of thing. That's what I want to see. That's my ball right there. Because it becomes not just like, you get away with a lot of dirty stuff because pride's on the line, but pride is central to all of it. That would be awesome.
Right.
I think that you would, in a weird way, it would kind of bring everything back to the mean. Yeah. I just think that the pendulum has swung so far the other direction that like we've gotten away from what we actually know to be high quality, like playoff caliber, properly physical basketball.
Yeah. It's all about accountability. Right.
Yeah.
Because when you're making your own fouls, all tension's on you. That's your reputation. If these officials aren't going to be held accountable, they're just going to keep doing the thing, and the player dishes off the responsibility to them. It's not my fault.
Lou Dort would be the commissioner.
Yeah,
Pete Stew would be MVP in that league. Yeah, love it.
Well,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, we could belabor this point, but I feel like we've properly beaten this horse, and I'll beat it later with V and Sook. I can't wait to hear their thoughts.
Hey, now.
Come again?
I'll beat the horse later. Relax.
Oh, the horse.
Sure. I guess I needed to say the horse again.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to beat it later with V and Sook. All right.
I really needed to say the horse again. Sorry, my bad.
What time is that show? So I don't watch.
The horse was important there once again.
Yeah. Phrasing.
Phrasing is important. It's funny because Sook was a big Sook was a big defender of the Thunder all year long, and I feel like he's starting to kind of turn this way as well. But I wanted to ask you guys about, as both the baseball followers, and I guess Danny, I pick your brain first about it. Slot mentioned Matt Olson and how incredible he has been to start the season. Do you think that there's any value on him to maybe sprinkle on his MVP possible numbers? We've seen him get hot in stretches of his career, but then it all kind of tails off, whether it be he gets hot in the middle of the season, tails off near the end, gets hot near the end, but he was shitty in the middle. Do we think that is there any value on him? Because I as a baseball casual, I just know he's been incredible. Right,
yeah, that's the thing. I actually, at double-digit odds or better, if you're somebody out there who does believe he will stay relatively in line with this trajectory, at double-digit odds, I think it's worth a play. Me personally, I don't want to get invested in the MVP race this far out in baseball, because nowadays you do see a lot of the chalk, but Ohtani hasn't been exceptional. Like, Ohtani now is setting himself, and I'm saying that relatively, of course, because the point is, like, he sets the bar insanely high and unprecedented levels that you get to that voter fatigue, that we expect this, and then it has to be higher the following year because of how good he is. So if you're somebody out there who does dabble in those markets, I prefer to do more Cy Young than I do MVP, at least the last 3 to 5 years. But now may be your chance. And especially if Olsen does have another good game, it's going to shrink after tonight. Now, of course, we're still so far out, but the Braves are one of the hottest teams in baseball. Olsen is an absolute beast. I don't hate that approach, because after Matt Olsen, and Adam, you can obviously speak to this as well as someone who watches a lot of baseball. I mean, there's not anybody on that list who's really making the rounds right now that is just very much so standing out. So, of course, it's a wide open market. But with that being said, yeah, Olsen, if I had to, would be the play out of the NL.
Yeah, I mean, it's just such a drastic drop after Olsen. I mean, Shohei is going to be Shohei. Shohei's always, so long as he's healthy, going to be a front runner. Minus 360. Clearly, nobody go bet that. But Olsen at 10-1, Corbin Carroll, Ellie De La Cruz each at 25-1, Juan Soto 30-1, so is Kyle Schwarber. You get the idea. Olsen would be the only one there that I would consider investing in, but sort of feels like a border. It's crazy to say this in early May, but unless you got a crystal ball, it feels like a little bit of an unbettable market right now. I mean, Shohei is just really, obviously, if he were to get hurt, God forbid, everything changes. But right now, I can't bet on Corbin Carroll or Ellie De La Cruz. Maybe I could sprinkle Soto at 30-1.
Why? The Mets have been fucking awful.
It doesn't matter in baseball. You don't need to be on a good team to win MVP. It's an individual sport. Bryce Harper's heating up. He's 35-1. That's as far down as I could envision going.
I always get teased with Harper, though, lately. He always seems like a good value play, but then he kind of ends up... He's got to stay healthy, too, is the biggest thing, but then his consistency.
What about the fish? What about Trout?
I don't see it. I don't see him sustaining that. I would love the story. It would be awesome, but...
I mean, everyone was left him for dead.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to pick y'all's brain about it, since Slot mentioned Olsen, and again, with my very casual baseball knowledge, especially with how just pissed off I'm feeling about the Thunder, it's hard for me to then watch any other baseball things, but it has popped up over the last week on just how incredible Olsen has been, which has helped the Braves obviously continue their climb. So
be done in the chat. Can we give a quick shout out to Adam's camera running on its last pixel? It does not look good today.
It does not.
You're not wrong.
This is
I did some things with my lighting right before the show, and I don't think it helped. I think I need to go back to where I was.
The orange, if you put the no plays off hat, it would be like legit orange. So
let's find out.
Yeah.
Now I want to know.
It's Baltimore Orioles hat.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's
chat. That hat is red.
It's red.
That is
red hat. Red lid. Yeah.
Red lid. That's
I'm gonna play. I'll listen.
Yeah, get some white balance for him.
Yeah, I mean, SPJ is gonna beat it later, and I'm gonna play with it over here and see if we can get that lighting corrected.
All hands on deck operation.
Deck. He said deck. Everybody.
God, the horse is so important. Oh Jesus. Right, I have a couple of bets.
Well, so that I wanted to get there. So I would like us to hit a little bit of baseball, a little bit of NBA, whichever order, I don't care, before we are out of time. I don't think, guys, we're going to have time for the top 5 coach rankings today. I apologize. We'll get to that in the NFL as time moves along. We don't really need to do the Vrabel Rossini because we did quite a bit of it on No Plays Off yesterday. And if anyone did miss the video going around that is available to you on the Betting News social media accounts, make sure you check that out. Get Thorb's thoughts on what is a true love story, just a true Taylor Swift love story that we have going on between Mike Vrabel and Diana.
Coming to Hallmark in 5 years, The Patriot Way. Starring.
That's gonna be a sexual move. The Patriot Way.
Ben Affleck and Amy Adams. Who's a better Diana Rossini comp? And Jessica Biel. I don't know.
Oh no, you're disparaging poor Jessica Biel. Don't do that.
Look like an Italian actress that's kind of a little loud.
Oh God, I can picture someone and I don't know her actual name, which is not going to help me in this situation.
Maybe Zooey Deschanel.
No, she's a comedian. I don't know that she's Italian, but the woman that I'm picturing,
Sarah Silverman.
No.
Oh, that would be funny.
She dated Chris Evans for like 5 minutes. He's a happily married man with a child now. But prior to that, wait, maybe if I just search like Chris Evans girlfriends, it'll pop up. I don't even know why I know that they dated, but I do. Jenny Slate. That's who I'm thinking of.
Jenny Slate.
If you look up Jenny Slate, there's a little Rossini in there.
Oh wow, there's definitely some Rossini there.
Oh yeah, okay, yes. This is a great choice, Adam.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. This is a great
casting director, Adam Kaufman. Nailed it.
Indeed. Like straight up, man. This was
not bad, right?
Yeah, that was a good poll.
Yeah.
Jenny Slate as Diana Rossini. Who's playing Mike Vrabel? Did you guys like my Ben Affleck move? I feel like that's a decent one, right?
He'd have to like, I mean, not that he's a scrawny guy, but you have to bulk. Like Vrabel's solid. Affleck would have to bulk up more to be Vrabel.
Bro, I met Ben Affleck when it was right after he had done the Suicide Squad movie. So he was like beefed up to play Batman.
Sure. Ben Affleck
is a ginormous human being,
but he's not like he's muscular. Don't get me wrong, and he's huge. He's tall. He's all of it.
He's built like he at that point. He was built like a shit brick house, man.
But he
was
like,
wide.
But he's not thick in the way that Vrabel is, right? Yeah. Like
you can put on some pounds.
You know who would make a good Vrabel would have been Alec Baldwin, a younger version of him.
True, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Young Alec Baldwin. You go all the way back to like the Shadow days, and he was skinny. He was like scrawny, thin, you know what you need? Like, I mean, he'd have to be younger, obviously, than he was at the time, but like a 30 Rock Alec Baldwin.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, but either one of those. But your pull of Jenny Slater, Jenny Slate.
Yeah,
I mean if they do that, can we all agree that they're
I want credit.
Some sort of for real. Whenever because they're going to make this movie at some point.
But it's going to be a terrible like Lifetime movie. It's going to be awful.
Yeah. Is it going to be like the Patriots one they made about Aaron Hernandez? And
it'll be the Patriot Aaron Hernandez movie. That's exactly what it'll be. No. Which I'm pleased to say, other than clips on social media, I never watched.
Yeah, same. Awful.
Terrible. Anyway, sorry. Back to I got us derailed a little bit.
Yeah, so I want to see if anyone. I'm sure people have NBA plays for later. We got a couple of games. If anyone has plays on the ice, by all means. But also wanted to mix in some baseball to let people know that today's system plays, and yesterday was not a good day. We went 1-3, and the one was the Cubs, which were. Look, I'm grateful for the win, but heavily juiced. So we are now plus 6 units and change overall. Still fine, but it was 8.5. So we lost a little bit yesterday. Today's plays are the Rays, Angels, Royals, Cubs, Astros. Again, that is Rays, Angels, Royals, Cubs, Astros. If you guys have anything on baseball, by all means, feel free to support, disagree, add whatever. But I do want to mention, as we do each and every Friday, it's a first inning Friday, fellas. And the fun books got some boosts on Nerfy Yerfies if anyone wants to get involved in first inning plays. Now, usually I use this forum to really dissect the board. I've already invested in my Nerfy plays. I will tell you what they are. If anyone wants to do so, you can sweat along with me or don't, your call. The Mariners White Sox and the Yankees Brewers are the 2 spots that I boosted both to plus money with the available boosts. I did not know, however, if we wanted to build out a Nerfy lay, as we tend to do with mixed success.
I'm down. I can't do it the same way with you guys, but I'm down to help you construct.
That's true. You are limited there in Costa Rica right now.
I will also say, too, before we get out of here, the WNBA season begins today.
Yeah, mention W. Thank you.
We will be talking about it some on Sauce Team later, but I've got a couple of plays to mention for the chat that might move by the time the end of the day goes. So I'll do that at the end of the show, too.
Okay.
I'll just add my quick 2 cents in baseball. I am with you on the Royals today, Adam. Took him on the run line there, plus 150, but I still think the money line price around minus 140 is clearly viable in this situation. Also took the Guardians plus 150 on the run line and the Phillies on the run line. A big run line day here. Adam's nightmare. They're all home teams for the run line here. But those are the 3 spots I'm rocking.
Do not love that.
If I do like the Royals on the money line, obviously as well, I think that price is okay. But I just think the Royals are in a really good spot this evening. So
did you guys, maybe you talked about this on Off the Bump yesterday, I don't know, but I'll ask you this. Do you guys buy into this new coach bump that the Phillies have gotten with just how hot they've been since Mattingly's taken over? Do you think that it's sustainable? Do you think that he's pressing the right buttons, or do you think that this is more just, they got the 8 to 9 wins now and then they're going to fall back down to earth and then we'll see what happens after that?
I think it's sustainable because I think they were playing well below expectations before. Yeah. And so I don't necessarily, I'm not going to specifically equate that to Don Mattingly so much as, I don't know, something changed, obviously, whether it's a new voice in the clubhouse or woke everybody up out of the doldrums of, I don't know, being just sort of stuck in mediocrity or worse, quite frankly. And then they, but water started to find its level a little bit. And so they've heated up and they're going to get back to right around where they should be. That's what that roster was too good to be that bad. And whether or not you change the manager, I felt like something like this was coming. I don't say like, oh, that's Don Mattingly, he did that. I just think this was going to happen. This team was going to find a way.
Yeah, I'm in the similar thought process here. It was kind of inevitable to me that they were going to figure it out. Like you said, I mean, the roster is just too good for them to keep plateauing or just outright underachieving. I do think they get a boost from maybe just a different leader, but I don't think he's doing anything different schematically. You don't really need to with the level of talent they have. So just a little shakeup like that is nice. And yeah, I mean, they're now playing like the team that we've been accustomed to them being like the past several seasons. Now they're just returning to that form. But if it ends up being the better manager in general, we'll find out when it matters most. But I don't think it's anything that you just hang your hat on directly because of that. I just think it was a nice boost that got them where they were expected to be.
Word.
Do we want to build a Nerfy lay, or do we not want to? No pressure one way or the other.
Again, we can't. I won't be able to tail, but I'm happy to sit with you guys.
Are you interested in Nerfy lay, Danny, or do you want to just move on with our lives?
I didn't look too deep at the totals, but I do agree with you. It's a good pitching matchup between the White Sox and Mariners tonight. Hancock and Burke. By the way, Hancock's like 45-1 for AL Cy Young. That's someone, if you're looking for a value play, I would entertain. His numbers are outstanding so far. But I do agree with you there. Yankees Brewers, because it's in Milwaukee, I would agree with you as well. The power in the lineup's always scary, but I understand the vision. Cleveland, Minnesota. I did take the Guardians, but I think the first inning wise, I think that could be a nerfy look. Blue Jays, Angels, you're probably laying a ton, but I would think that would be a scoreless first as well. Phillies, Rockies, maybe, because Dolander's got some good numbers and Luzardo's underlying metrics are incredible. So that could be another one that I would throw out there. But there also is a lot of power in that top portion of the order for Philadelphia. That would scare me. But those are the ones that off just the rip I would look at.
Is it in Philly or is it in Colorado?
Philly. So that helps too.
That helps too, yeah.
Okay.
I'll say a couple of WNBA props that you guys would like to tail.
Absolutely.
Start of the season, so obviously, bet responsibly. 3 games tonight. Opening night, 3 games. We will have the start of the Dub Show next week. It will probably be on Sunday, and we have a big surprise on who's going to be co-hosting it with me starting next week. So be on the lookout for that. We will talk some W a little bit later as well on Sauce Team. But 2 plays, guys, 2 props. The first one is a new member of the newest expansion franchise in the WNBA, the Toronto Tempo. Their first game tonight, and I'm taking Marina Maybury over 22.5 PRA. I liked betting her a lot last year when she was on the Connecticut Sun. Moved teams obviously with the expansion draft over to the Tempo. I really like her game. She's very physical defensively. I really like the way she grabs rebounds and obviously her facilitating, but I just think that she's going to be one of the best scorers on this team, and they're going to need her to get buckets. I know Sykes is there too, but I just think that they're going to really have to kind of go through Maybury. Again, it's really tough to kind of know with these new teams and new environments, especially with the expansion teams. Like, you don't know how some of these teams are going to rotate. But from what I've seen from Maybury over the last few years, I feel like that she's going to come in at least in the start for the Tempo and be kind of the settling force. So I think the PRA is a nice look. I like this one a lot better, though. I bet her a lot last year. Give me Veronica Burton over 11.5 rebounds and assists. She plays for the Valkyries. The Valkyries are taking on the Seattle Storm tonight. Now, I know I know, Austin, if you're in the chat, I know you like the Valks and the points. It was 4.5 a couple days ago. It's up to 5.5 now. I think that's a fine look, too. I think they probably win this game in Seattle tonight. Seattle's in a totally rebuilding mode. Obviously, don't have Gabby Williams anymore. Nyeka's not on this team anymore, too. So they're kind of seeing what they've got with these younger players. Skylar Diggins also not there as well. But this is also me leaning into the Valkyries. Now, Gabby Williams is getting a chance to play against her former team as she got moved over from the Seattle Storm to the Valkyries. I think that her PRA looks nice as well, but I do think that Gabby's going to be a little bit more of a scorer for this team, and Veronica Burton is going to continue to do what she did last year, feeding the rock to this team. Also, Thornton's coming back into the lineup after missing a substantial period of time at the end of the season for the Valks last year. She was really good on the block, rebounding, and also scoring. So you're getting somebody else to score the basketball. So I think Burton's going to keep doing what she was doing last season, continue it, roll it back into this year, the 11.5 RA. I like the assist straight if you would like to take that instead of the RA. I think it's 6.5 or plus money. She had double-digit assists when she played against this team last year, and she flirted with double-doubles consistently last year as the primary ball handler. So I really like Burton. The most improved player of the year last year. I think that she comes in hot this year to start the season, and I think the Valks probably get the job done. So, yeah, a couple props. Really like Burton RA, and then maybe if you want to go with the PRA for Marina.
Okay.
Do we want what is your? I mean, I know you're overseas, so you got different books to work with. Do we want to have a show lay of some kind to take us into the weekend, or are you unable to tail anything?
I can take a show lay. I've got Bet Online. I can rock and roll with it. Okay. I just can't do as many, like the Murphy odds that I get are just not even worth parlaying most of the time. Sure. That's why the Murphy plays are not great for me. Yeah. But I can do regular parlays. That's how I've been tailing all the show lays. So yeah, we can do a show lay.
Yeah. I mean, what was the let's mix and match here. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite W play? Burton you listed.
Either Burton RA or Burton assist, depending on what you guys have available for you.
All right. Well, I see.
She plays for the Valkyries.
Yeah. No, I know that. I was listening to you. Okay. Over 10.5 I have for RA.
Yep. That sounds good.
Okay. You prefer that over assists?
Yeah, for the price. Is it like minus 120, minus 115?
I see minus 136 where I am, but again, it's a parlay, so I'm not as concerned about that.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. 10 and a half.
So, all right, so maybe one W play.
Mm-hmm. I really like Slop's play on Olsen. If you guys are down to roll with that, the HRR.
I don't disagree with that at all. Sheehan's got 20% home run to fly ball rate, so incredibly vulnerable.
Hits and runs. I don't know. Let me look at batter props.
I'm seeing HRR for 2+ for Olsen at minus 110.
HRR Olsen 2. Yep, I've got that. All right. Danny, what were the baseball plays that we were aligned on?
The Royals.
Just the money line?
I gave out run line, but I'm fine with money line too.
Yeah, money line
for a parlay.
And then we can skip the Nerfy because we already got 2 baseball plays in there, and we could round it out with an NBA play. 2 games tonight.
I really like Dylan Harper's PRA or VJ Edgecombe's PRA, especially if Embiid does end up sitting. Do you guys think Embiid plays tonight?
I mean, all his props are out there. Like the books expect him to play.
I also think that maybe the Wolves went outright at home, but I don't know.
I can't get with you on that one. I just feel like the Spurs sort of took their lumps in game 1, and now you've woken the beast. So I like San Antonio to win that game, but
do you think they cover the 4.5?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I lean toward the points of Minnesota, but that game kind of scares me.
Am I the only one? Now, granted, I've got the recency bias of the first 2 games and the Embiid uncertainty, but like the Knicks at plus money feels a little wild to me. Like, do you guys not believe New York is going to win this game?
I am of the opinion that, and I said this before, that I actually think that the Sixers are better without Embiid. Because I think that they can play faster, they can play more offensively efficient. Whereas obviously I know what Embiid brings to the table, but like I just think that as a team they cause more issues defensively for the Knicks without Embiid in the lineup, which I think was evident in game 2. And I actually kind of think they could have won that game down the stretch if they would have just hit a couple more shots. But so I think that Sixers probably win this game, which is why the number's sitting where it's at. Maybe the line moves if Embiid does get rolled out. Maybe it flips the other direction.
Out, the line definitely moves. The favorite would flip.
I think so.
1.5 point spread as it is.
So I would wait for that news, unless you feel like you want to take the Knicks and the points, like you said now. But I have a strong feeling that I think the Sixers win this game. But that's kind of just my take on the series, what we've seen so far.
I also lean toward Philadelphia, and I certainly get your idea of Embiid being off the floor and why they could play a little bit better. But for me, my standpoint, if I'm betting Philly, I would want to have Embiid there. Now, regardless, I am still a bit more fearful of New York, if anything. I mean, it's the playoffs. Every game's a must-win game, but this is the biggest game of the series for Philadelphia, of course. And we did see New York struggle right out of the gates on the road against Atlanta in their last series, and they figured it out. And I just think it could be a similar thing. And the reason the Hawks faltered a lot more that I attributed it to is that they're just not a roster that's played together that deep in the postseason, right? It was a concoction of a lot of new guys. With Philadelphia, you have a steady roster, albeit they're injured a lot and never live up to the hype, but they're a good enough team to get the job done at home. Where you can kind of have this, back and forth effort, maybe kind of like we saw with Cleveland a little bit. Look, the thing is, if there's a game for Philadelphia to win and for you to bet on, it would be this one, really, is what it comes down to.
How do you guys feel about Cat's 5 assists over 4.5? It's a little juiced, but he's hit that in 5 straight games. He had 7 last game.
I'm a little scared of that.
That's fair.
The over assists for me are not my favorite thing in general. I prefer, you guys know I like unders, but especially with assists, like rebounds, I love betting overs. Assists, not as much, but I mean, shoot, man, he has been consistent. I'll give you that over the last 5 games.
He's been cooking, man.
And it's at 4.5. You said
it's a little juiced, but yeah.
I guess what I would prefer is if you're locked into this game, and I'm saying yours and anybody out there, and wait to see if he doesn't get an assist like the first however many minutes, see if it drops down to 3.5 and then
jump
it.
in then. What about like Jalen Brunson 25 plus points?
You know, I actually faded Brunson. I did him under 36.5 PRA today, and Miles McBride under 10.5 points.
Should we do an under in here?
The McBride one, if you don't want to fade Brunson because you guys are a little scared, McBride at 10.5 seems crazy to me. Unless it's just a spot where the star players aren't playing well, like I'm kind of indicating with Brunson, and then someone just steps up because they need to enough, even in a loss.
We also, I mean, we have 3 legs at a little below 5-1. Like we don't have to force it.
I mean, McBride's gone over this twice in every single postseason game. It was 15 and 11 against the Hawks. Like these 2 games, he's at 4 and 8. He's not. And that's because he took 7 and 14 shots respectively. But outside of that, he hasn't taken more than 6 shots in a game.
The only thing that scares me about that, Danny, is the fact that OG might not play. If OG doesn't play, he's going to get more run just because they kind of have to play him more. That would be my only major concern because I like the angle. It makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely got some injury uncertainty with both teams.
I feel like OG's going to play, right? How severe was his bang up?
He didn't look. He looked. They said he's day to day. So even if he does play, I think he's not going to be operating at 100%. Unless he got maybe he got the Anne Hathaway rub down, but then he's feeling real good. I don't know.
What about fading Anthony Edwards? I know that's always a dangerous thing, but 22.5 off the way he's been playing, he's been coming off the bench.
I think the Wolves went outright. So
if you think the Wolves went outright, it's hard to fade him.
I mean, but again, we can disagree on that. I just don't know if I want to put it in the parlay.
Hey, some books are still, by the way, SPJ have Wemby at 2.5, albeit now it's over minus $170, but I'm still throwing coin on it.
I'm down to put that in here.
I keep riding that in the last 2 games. Like I told you, like it was my favorite bet 2 games ago, had 0. Last game he had 2, and thankfully it was a blowout because he was chucking them up, but still cashed that in game 2.
How do you feel about doing that, Adam? Under 2.5 threes for Wemby?
I bet it. I did bet it last game. But that's the thing. Like, didn't he put up 7 or 8?
Oh, it's
at that point it was him just saying, "Screw it!" Like I'm trying to cash this for all my homies who bet the.
It's minus 192 where I'm looking. It is. Certainly the juice supports the play. And we could put it in there. That'd be a 4-legger right around plus 750.
Sorry, I'm just looking at other stuff. I do. Yeah, I mean, I bet it a little bit too. We lost SPJ to the Costa Rica connection.
Oh, we did, didn't we? It's frozen up on us.
Wemby cut him off.
I kind of like it though. He looks so happy. I don't want to get rid of it.
Yeah, that is a good candid shot of him.
Yeah, I just thought he was frozen in joy.
He's kind of coming back.
I'm back now.
He's here.
Okay, good. Because I got another one for you too, potentially, if we don't want to do the Wemby one. What do you guys think about Julius Randle over, I think it's 6.5 rebounds? He got 10 in the first game, 5 in the second game, but only played 27 minutes in that second game. Obviously, has to be on Wemby sometimes, thus putting him lower, which, of course, it's hard to get boards against Wemby, but he's going to be in a more consistent position to be getting boards. I like it. If we don't bet on the parlay, I might just throw a little coin on it myself, but something to consider.
What about his RA with his facilitating, especially at home? If you look at his home and away splits, he facilitates a lot better at home. When I was looking at, because I looked at Randall last series, I think for some home bets on the RA. I mean, I like the boards if you just want to go that way, but the RA is enticing too.
Let's see what his RA is.
27, 18, 21 over the last 3 games before the 12 in the most recent.
RA is kind of high. At 11.5. I don't feel as comfortable with his assists.
11.5 is the number.
Yeah,
even in the blowout, he cleared that. That's actually surprising to me that it's 11.5. I would have thought higher, and that's at plus money.
We can just take the 11 flat, the 10.5 for a bit of juice, or we can just take the boards. I'm down for the boards too. I don't care. That's fine.
Well, no. So Adam, 11.5. In the blowout, he didn't get it. He got 7. Just rebounds.
Oh, he got 7. Sorry, yeah.
Barely got over it.
You're right.
Also, just real quick while we're finishing this up, can we all agree? Fuck the Cavs. They're cooked. James Harden sucks. We didn't talk about that
all
game,
but I felt that way going into the series.
I can't believe I bet on that guy yesterday.
I think guys, we're working too hard to find a fourth leg.
Should we just leave it?
I'm
down for a 3-legger that's 500. Cool.
I think Royals, Olsen 2 HRR, and Burton over 10.5 rebounds assists is a nice plus 465 where I am, and that's without shopping it. So maybe it's better elsewhere.
I'm getting plus 500, so I'm down.
Danny, thoughts?
That works. I like it.
Okay.
Now y'all.
There you go, chat. An AG dub parlay.
Does the Roman Empire book have HRR on it?
I think all of them do it in some capacity at this point.
I'm gonna look real fast because the lay might be better.
Since while Adam's cooking that, just because I talked about that Cavs game, Danny, do you feel like the Pistons have the best opportunity to win the East now? Or do you think that the Knicks are still the odds-on favorite in your mind, not from the book's perspective? Like, who do you think is the odds-on favorite to win the Eastern Conference right now with the Celtics being out of the picture?
I still actually lean toward New York, and that was kind of my thoughts going into these semifinal matchups. And it's gross to say it. And I was laughing when I said it originally because I've been dissing this Knicks team for some time. But of course, that was with the idea that the Celtics would be advancing. But based on the experience and playoff camaraderie that they have as compared to the Pistons, I think that gives New York a slight edge. Of course, the home court advantage is massive for Detroit, but I just still don't love their side pieces alongside Cade. But am I going to fight you on that? No, that's just my slight hunch.
A lot of side piece talk on this show. Ross, here's the lay. I looked, the Roman Empire book has HRR, but it doesn't have RA for Burton. Here's what we have. I'm on the fun book. Royals money line, Matt Olson over 1.5 HRR, that is hits, runs, RBI, and Veronica Burton for the Golden State Valkyries over 10.5 rebounds plus assists. It's on your screen.
Bang, Ross. Thanks for asking.
I'm going to throw a cup of coffee on that.
We should start doing this every Friday now.
We should.
Pick our favorite plays from the show. Put them all together.
I can't believe on a first inning Friday we didn't put a Nerfy in there, though. Kind of disgusted by that.
I'm happy to do the Nerfy lays that we do and put a cup of coffee on it, but I vehemently hate putting Nerfies in parlays because watching a parlay die in the first quarter or the first inning of anything, like I don't like doing like quarter. Just if I want to sweat something for the whole firsts of something, or I just want to sweat something for the whole half or game.
I get it. I understand.
I'm putting my foot down today. See, I'm
really on fire.
I'm beating it later with the other guys. You know,
if I had a couple pixels to work with here, SPJ, I would come right through that camera. Let me tell you.
All right now.
Jesus Christ, we need to stop this show. Rays, Angels, Royals, Cubs, Astros tonight, folks. Those are the systems play.
It's on Bet Online, Austin. That's where I got it. 10.5 minus 115.
Crazy Pellet added Marina 2+3s for a little more fun.
Well, I'll be back on later with the lads from the All Sauce team. I just got the text from the bat signal from Sauce Man that he is TBD because Sauce has been too saucy apparently, and he's under the weather. So it might just be me and Sook tonight.
Oh, come on. Let's get it together.
I know. But it's okay. Sook and I will be live on the All Sauce team, maybe with V, to talk about the 2 NBA games tonight. We'll deep dive. We'll talk some dub. We'll talk some NHL, 5:30 Eastern. No Betspresso today, as Shaggy is oot in a boot, and Mr. DB is also oot in a boot. So we'll have Betspresso back with you guys. Also, just as a reminder for Saturday, for tomorrow, there is no morning spread in the morning. We will have Betspresso in the AM with me and DB. And then we will have the Violence Report directly after that, as we have a huge UFC battle tomorrow between Sean Strickland and I just completely forgot.
And another guy.
Yeah, Cosmot, I think.
Cosmot, yes.
Cosmot, yeah. Who did you guys see the press conference between those two guys where Cosmot tried to kick Strickland's knee in? I mean,
Strickland's about to get worked, isn't he? In my non-understanding take, I just know that Cosmot's obviously a beast, and Strickland sometimes fights very frustratingly.
I'm excited to hear Trizzy break it down in a long-winded response, but he texted me and said Cosmot might kill Sean Strickland.
Yeah.
So I'd be very shocked if Strickland gets in there and wins. But we'll see. We'll talk about it tomorrow on the Violence Report. But just again, a reminder, no morning spread tomorrow. It'll just be 2 shows in the morning. But we should get you ready to rock and roll for your Saturday, though.
No doubt.
All right, boys. Well, for SPJ, for DB, of course, Slop earlier, AK here with you on any given wager. We come your way outside of football season, Mondays, Fridays, 1 p.m. Eastern. As SPJ mentioned, we got Dub, we got Dub, we got NHL, Pucks, Diamond. It's all on the way for you tonight here on this wonderful Friday to set you off into the weekend. But make sure you tune in to BNN a little bit later on today for much more content and on in through the weekend. Fellas, till next time.
Before we do this, I know you're about to
I said bye.
I know. I'm sorry, but this guy wants the plays. Just say your plays one more time.
Me? The baseball plays?
Yeah.
Baseball system plays are today. Rays, Angels, Royals, Cubs, Astros. One more. Rays, Angels, Royals, Cubs, Astros. It's a 5-er.
And then I got Guardians run line, Phillies run line, Royals run line.
And then Slop earlier, he couldn't believe these weren't first inning lines. So that's all I've got to say. So Day, 1.5 HRR, De La Dong, De La Cruz, 1.5 HRR, and Matt Olson, 1.5 HRR. And then this is the parlay if you want to tail. Last time. Okay, you can do it again, Adam.
Bye.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? Riding in the deep. Down in the deep.
Now I know we all be loving this shit right here.
Rolling.
What you gonna do?
Rolling.
What you gonna do, man?
Down in the rolling.
What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit.
What you know about